Thousands of IELTS students stay stuck at the same band score for months, even when they know a lot of vocabulary and grammar.
Yeah, I've been wondering that too. I practice every day, but my speaking score just doesn't move.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Chat Studio, where we help you improve your English naturally and prepare for IELTS with confidence. I'm your host, and today we're joined again by our friend who represents all of you preparing for the big test.
Hi, everyone. If you're preparing for IELTS and feeling frustrated with your speaking, don't worry. You're definitely in the right place.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English through real conversations like this, please give this video a like, subscribe to English Chat Studio, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. All right, let's jump in. Today's topic is how to extend your answers naturally, something that can easily add a full band to your IELTS speaking score. So first, let's understand the real problem. Most students think they need fancy words or perfect grammar to get a high score. But actually, examiners want to hear you speak naturally for 4 to 5 minutes in part 2 and keep the conversation going in part 3. When your answers are too short, you lose marks in fluency and coherence.
Exactly. I always feel like I run out of things to say after 2 or 3 sentences. My mind goes blank and I just stop. It's so stressful.
You're not alone. This happens to almost everyone at the beginning. Students get nervous, they worry about making mistakes, or they simply don't know how to keep talking without sounding unnatural. Many think, if I say more, I'll make more errors. But the opposite is true. Short answers actually hurt your score more.
So it's not just about language, it's about confidence too?
Absolutely. The emotional side is huge. People feel pressure because it's an exam, so they answer like they're in a job interview, very direct and short. But IELTS speaking is more like a friendly chat. Today, we're going to change that completely. Now that we understand the problem, let's look at the mistake that causes most students to lose marks without even realizing it. Okay, what is that big mistake? The biggest mistake is giving one word or very short answers. For example, the examiner says, "Do you like traveling?" And the student replies, "Yes." Just one word. Or, "What's your favorite food?" "Pizza." That's it.
I do that all the time. I think I'm being clear and correct.
Exactly. You're being correct, but you're not showing the examiner your real English level. Let me share a real student story. Last month, a girl told me she practiced grammar for months, but kept getting 5.5 in speaking. When we recorded a mock test, almost every answer was under 10 seconds. She had good vocabulary, but the examiner couldn't hear enough of it.
Wow. So even if you know the words, if you don't use them, it doesn't help.
Right. Other common mistakes: stopping after giving a reason without an example, repeating the same sentence structure, or suddenly going quiet when you don't know the next word. These habits make your speech sound choppy.
I get scared when I don't know a word, so I just stop.
That's very common. But knowing the mistakes isn't enough. In the next part, I'll show you exactly what successful IELTS students do differently to extend their answers naturally and feel more relaxed. Let's go step by step. There are 5 simple techniques you can start using today. First, use the explain plus example method. After you answer the question, always add why and then give a personal example.
Can you show me?
Sure. Instead of saying, "Yes, I like traveling," say, "Yes, I really enjoy traveling because it helps me relax and learn new things." For example, last year I went to the mountains and the fresh air made me feel so much better after working hard all year. See? That's already much longer and natural.
That sounds easy. What's the second technique?
Number 2, add extra details using your senses or feelings. Talk about what you saw, heard, felt, or thought. This makes your answer richer. Number 3, use linking words naturally. Not like a robot, but softly. Words like because, so, for instance, actually, and one thing I noticed is these help you keep going smoothly.
I always forget linking words when I'm nervous.
Practice them until they feel automatic. 4th technique, if you need time to think, use natural fillers like, that's an interesting question, or let me think, instead of staying silent. And the 5th one is my favorite. Turn the question into a small story. People love stories, and examiners do too. Even a short personal story makes your answer memorable.
These steps sound helpful, but I'm worried I'll sound fake if I force them.
Great question. The key is to practice until it feels natural, not forced. These steps work, but what does this look like in a real IELTS situation? Let's practice together right now. Let's do a real Part 2 style question. Describe a time when you helped someone.
Okay, I helped my friend once.
Good start, but let's extend it together. I'll show you a strong sample first. Here's how I would answer. One time, I helped my classmate during exam week. She was really stressed because she had 3 tests in 2 days, and she couldn't understand the math problems. So I invited her to my house after class. We studied together for almost 4 hours. Actually, I explained everything step by step and even made some funny examples to help her remember. By the end of the night, she felt much more confident. The next day, she told me she did really well on the test. Helping her made me feel good too, because I remembered how I felt when I needed help in the past. That's so much better than my short answer. How many seconds was that? About 45-50 seconds. Perfect length. Now, let's correct a weak answer. Weak version. I helped my sister with homework. Strong correction. Add why she needed help, how you felt, what exactly you did, and the result.
Can we try Part 3 style too?
Of course. Examiner, do you think people help others more now than in the past? That's an interesting question. I think in some ways, yes, because of social media. For example, when there's a natural disaster, people immediately start donating and sharing information. But on the other hand, sometimes we're so busy with our own lives that we don't notice our neighbors like people did before. Personally, I try to help when I can because it makes the community stronger. See how we naturally extended it? Now you've seen examples, but there is still one important thing students often forget. Let's talk about confidence and mindset, because even with good techniques, fear can make you go back to short answers.
Yes, I always overthink. What if the examiner doesn't like my opinion? What if I make grammar mistakes while speaking longer?
I hear this every day. First, remember, the examiner is not judging your ideas. They're judging your English. You can have any opinion. Second, small mistakes are normal and expected at Band 7. Don't stop speaking if you make one. Keep going. Try this mindset trick. Imagine you're talking to a friendly teacher, not a judge. Also, record yourself every day. When you listen back, you'll realize you sound better than you think.
That makes me feel less nervous already.
Another tip? Start small. Practice extending answers for just 30 seconds. Then build up. Celebrate every time you speak longer than before. Confidence grows with action. Before we finish, let's quickly review everything we've learned today. So today we learned why short answers hurt your score, the most common mistakes, 5 practical techniques to extend answers naturally, real examples from IELTS questions, and how to build the confidence to use them.
The most important thing for me was realizing it's okay to speak more and share personal stories.
Exactly. Your action plan for this week? Every day, take 3 common IELTS questions and practice extending them to at least 40 seconds, using the techniques we discussed. Record yourself, listen, and improve. Do this for 1 week, and you'll notice a big difference.
I'm going to start today.
What is your biggest challenge with IELTS speaking right now? Have you ever struggled with giving short answers? Tell us in the comments below. We read every single comment, and your question might be featured in a future episode. In our next episode, we're going to talk about how to stop giving one-word answers and completely transform your IELTS speaking. And trust me, it's something every student needs.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Keep practicing and stay confident. Thank you for joining us on English Chat Studio. You've got this. Bye for now.